Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 25th December 2024. So let's get started with our discussion, and there are many articles in our newspaper which are relevant from our examination point of view. Okay, so let us see the first article. Say this title: 5 soldiers killed as vehicle falls into George in Poonch. So what are the keywords in this title? Okay, George. Next one is Poonch. So Poonch is present in which area? Jammu and Kashmir. So it is in news in the recent past. Why? So this place is very much famous for what? Poonch. Next one is George. So Poonch is located in Jammu and Kashmir. So Jammu and Kashmir is very important in your internal security, right? So there are many terror organizations who are operating in this region. So because of this, it is causing internal security threat. And even many operations had been done in the recent past, so that many civilians also had been died in this region. So because of that, that is the news, right? So here you have to see what are the reasons for internal security concerns in this Jammu and Kashmir. Tell me about what are the reasons. What are the reasons? Terrorism. And these terror organizations, they are using technology. So can you tell me which kind of technology they are using, especially terror outfits? Okay, seamless mobiles. Next. Okay, drones. Next. Offline apps. Next. So these are the advanced technology they are using. Okay, and any other reasons? How many terror organizations are there? There are 12 terror outfits. They are present in these regions. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to see. And here you have to see what are the measures can be taken. So do this Jammu and Kashmir sharing directly boundary with Pakistan? Jammu and Kashmir is sharing boundary with Pakistan or not? Yes. So which is the force that is bordering India and Pakistan? BSF. You have to see about BSF. Okay, that are the things that you have to see from this Poonch. And what is this George? So in which subject you can see this George? Geography, GS paper 1 in your world geography. Especially in which chapter you will be seeing this word? In that? In geomorphology you will be seeing that, but in which unit? In landforms. Okay, in landforms we have two types of landforms which are formed by deposition, which are formed by erosion. And here in that landforms chapter you will be seeing about 5 important topics. First one is running water, second one is groundwater, next glaciers, next winds, next okay, karst. Landforms comes under this groundwater itself. Another one, glacier. Water is two types, groundwater and running water. Waves, winds. Okay, so it comes under groundwater or running water? Running water. So whether it is erosional form or depositional form? It is erosional form. So can you tell me the stages before formation of George? What are the stages? Whenever river is moving, it is having a tendency of erosion. So first of all, it will forms V-shaped valley. And later on, erosion will be increased laterals and it will be forming U shape. And later on, in the very hard rocks, it will form exactly that shape. That is called as George. So especially this kind of landforms seen in only hard rocks. So can you tell me any example of George in India? Chambal? Chambal we have bad topography. Not exactly George. Gandikota is canyon. Canyon, it will be different. Again, it will be like this. So where we can see this George in India? We have Marble George near place. River Narmada courses Marble George. Okay, now let us see this concept. George is a deep valley with a very steep to straight sides. We will be having exactly very steep and straight sides, and George is almost equal in the width. So if you see the width at the top and at the bottom also, we will be having almost same thing. And actually example here is Narmada River George. It is famously called as Marble George in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, see this animal, what it is holding in its hand? Plastic bottle. 7 Up? 7 Up. Okay, what is that animal name? Can you guess? Lion-tailed macaque. So see the title, Human Contact Threatens Endangered Lion-tailed macaque. So this title itself is saying that because of human contact, it is causing threat. So example is also given. It is sitting on a bike holding 7 Up. Is that right to ring that 7 Up by this? Not that right or wrong? 7 Up or this kind of cool drinks will contains what? Carbonated water with added flavors. So even for humans, is that good for drinking this alcohol, this things, carbonated drinks? Good. Just for pleasure? Economy will gone. Okay, so what about these animals which are endangered? What does this endangered means? Vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered. What is the difference between these three categories? 30%, 50%, 80%. 50% comes under this category of endangered. There is decreasing of the population of that so and so species decreased by 50%, then that will comes under this endangered category of IUCN Red List. Okay, so this article is saying about lion-tailed macaque. That is only, yeah. Okay, so this article is saying about human activities. So because of human activities, it is having impact on this animal species, which belongs to apes. So can you guess which kind of animal, human activities are having impact on this animal? Guess. What human is doing? What we are doing? Okay, unnecessary food. Okay. Examples? In juice, they will not allow you to offer food. Accidents. Next. Okay, habitat destruction. Habitat destruction. Next. Climate change. Okay. Next, climate change. Using of firecrackers. Do you know this tradition? Especially in some areas where these monkeys are very high, if they are causing some harm to the crops, they will use firecrackers and they will throw. So that because of that sound, they will be going off. Sometimes it may harm these animals. Next, even for throwing of elephants also, they will use these firecrackers. Yeah, electric fences. Next. Can I write plastic pollution in the forest? Next. Next. Plastic. Tell me. Any other examples? That's it. Okay, so here these are the things that you have to see, like what are the human activities that is causing chicken. Okay, hunting, poaching, chicken. Hunting, poaching, illegal trading, illegal trading of animals. So can you tell me example of any animal which had been illegally traded more and which is having more demand in this market? Okay, horns, elephant tusk. Next, I want certain animal species. Not peacock, not penguin, pangolin. Mm. Pangolin. Pangolin is like, it is nothing but anteater animal. It will be having scales on that. So it is hugely smuggled. Okay. Huh? Yes, I'll show that pangolin. So for that scales, it had been pangolin. So this is that. I think you might have seen this if you are from forest area. People will be consuming that also for meat. Okay, for this scales, they will be having very huge value, especially Chinese medicine. They depend on this thing. Okay, and these scales are made up of keratin. So what your hair is made up of, with that protein only, these scales will be made. But this is having huge international market, and we have two species of this pangolin. One is Indian and one is Chinese. So one difference here is, so in under this belly also, in Indian will be having this scales, but Chinese they don't have the scales under the belly. So with that simple distinguish, we can understand whether that pangolin is Indian origin or Chinese origin. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to see. And let us see what is this article is saying exactly. Lion-tailed macaque, it is a critically endangered species and it is seen in Western Ghats. It is especially endemic in Western Ghats. It cannot be seen in any other area in our country apart from this Western Ghats. And actually this species is having a increased threat because of human wildlife interactions, because of encroaching of these habitats and decreasing of the habitats. Okay, so that is the thing. And even because of whenever humans are interacting with this, there is also exchange of diseases, right? So from humans also animals will be getting diseases, from animals also humans will be getting diseases. So here there is increasing of disease and increasing of vulnerability to accidents, and even whenever they are showing aggression, that will cause obviously human animal conflict. So humans, they want to try to protect themselves from these animals. They will be doing something like killing of those animals. So these are some threats, and especially some hotspots like Valparai, Neelampatti and Sabarimala are particularly concerning because of human macaque interaction. So if you see this Sabarimala during this winter season, so people, especially devotees of this Ayyappa, they will be visiting this place, right? So there is a huge number of people will be visiting this, and especially they will be moving in this forest area where we have this lion-tailed macaques. So because of this also there will be increasing of interactions. Do you know about this monkeys? Always they will attack humans for this coconuts, which will be seen highly in this season, especially in this Sabarimala area. Even that devotees, they will be also carrying these coconuts only on their head. Obviously, they will be having interactions. And actually, this article is saying that lion-tailed macaque population is estimated just 4,200 individuals only, and they are having threat because of habitat loss and as well as fragmentation. Okay, so see this is lion-tailed macaque. You can see the complete image here, and especially where is the habitat of this animal. So here in this Western Ghats, and even this some part of Sri Lanka also, we can see this animal. So this is the habitat. Okay, and if you see some facts regarding this, it is the smallest macaque species and it is weighing just 2 to 10 kgs, and the height is around half meter, that is from 42 to 61 centimeters, and tail will be like very black, it will be 25 centimeters. Okay, and this is also called as beard ape and also Vandero. These are the two names, and male are very dominant compared to that of female in this. Okay, and if you see the conservation status, it is listed as endangered, and under sites it is listed as appendix 1, and it is listed as schedule 1 under this Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. It is very important. Okay, see this article. Lokpal calls SEBI chief complainants for oral hearing. So what is the keyword you have to see? Lokpal. So what is this Lokpal? Okay, Lokpal, it is a body at central level or state level? At central level. So what is the act which has led to the establishment of Lokpals in India? Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act of 2000 year, 2013. Okay, who was the person behind this passing of this law in India? What is that person? Anna Hazare. Okay, so why we want this Lokpal like institutions? They are anti-corruption, so prevention of corruption. So we can investigate cases on whom? Public servants. And can we also include Prime Minister? Yes, right. So at the state level, which body we have? Lokayuktas. So first Lokayukta was established in which state? Not Karnataka. Maharashtra in year 1971, way back before passing of this law. Okay. So just go through this Lokpal and Lokayukta's chapter in your Lakshmikant and see the members and what is their eligibility and as well as what are the challenges they are facing. And it is also recently in news. Okay, see this article. President Murmu names Ajay Balla Manipur governor. What is this article is about? Governor appointment. Okay. So governor comes under which subject? State executive, which comes under GS paper 2 polity. If history class are going on, if there is anything which is present in the news that comes under history, come out of that history class. You are still in that class only. Okay, so you will be studying about this governor under GS paper 2 of your polity. Okay, so now please tell me what are the articles related to the provisions of governor. Come on, polity back. Before that, which is the first article talks about the appointment of governor. Okay, at least tell me who will appoint this governor? President. Okay. So will he elected? Nominated. So what are the qualities for a person to be appointed as governor? He should be from that same state? No. Okay, so what is the tenure? President's pleasure. And is there any hand and seal while appointment of that person? President hand and seal. What is the meaning of hand and seal? That means it is a discretion, right? Whenever he wants, he can remove. That is the meaning of hand and seal. So whenever you are reading any appointment process of some executive in your polity, you will be seeing some terminology like he will be appointed by president with his hand and seal. Hand and seal is nothing but whenever he wants to remove, president can remove that person. Okay, so can you tell me about any discretionary powers of governor in tribal areas? Fifth and sixth schedule. Okay, autonomous districts. Apart from that, chancellors of universities. Next, if there is no majority, can he appoint chief minister? Yes. Next, any more discretionary powers of governor? Okay, veto power of governor. Next, what about pardoning powers? Okay, apart from pardon, he will be having other powers. Okay, except martial law. Okay, what about his role during emergency? Is there any role played by governor? What about Article 356? 356 says about president's rule. So how a president can impose president's rule? Is there any role of governor? Governor will be giving report that state is not functioning according to the constitutional machinery, or if there is any constitutional machinery breakdown based on his report, so president will be imposing president's rule. So in this way you have to connect each and every point in your governor. So how can this governor can be removed? Is there any conditions to be satisfied to the removal of governor? No more conditions? Okay, see that once. So you have to see all these areas from your governor topic. If he's against central government. So actually you have to remember this term, that is gubernatorial. So governor post is called as gubernatorial post. That means center wants to ensure that each and every state is functioning according to the constitution, but it does not happen by single prime minister. So that here central government will be appointing a person or nominating a person in the state as governor, so that here central government will be ensuring that each and every state is functioning according to constitution. So because of this, Article 355 says that if there is any report which is given by the governor that state is not functioning according to the provisions of constitution, again Article 356 says yes, president's rule can be imposed. Okay, so because of this we can say gubernatorial post. Okay, so here this article is saying that former Home Secretary Ajay Balla has been appointed as Governor of Manipur. So who is the governor? Governor is the chief executive head of the state. And from which country we got this appointment of governor? Canadian model. So here the office of governor is adapted from this Canadian model, and as per convention he should not belong to the state where he is going to be appointed. He should be out of that state because he will be free from the local politics. And this one is president is required to consult even the chief minister while he is appointing the governor to a particular state, so that there will be no conflict between the CM and as well as governor, because CM will be directly elected and governor will be not directly elected. He will be nominated by the president, and governor is neither directly elected nor indirectly elected. Okay, so and even governor is appointed by president by warrant under his hand and seal. So it is very important, and he holds the office at the pleasure of president and may be removed by president at any time because of this point, that is hand and seal. Okay, so if you see the articles, we have Article 153, Article 157, Article 158, Article 163. And apart from that, you have to refer even Article 356 and 355 of emergency there, where there is a role of governor. So see these articles. And next article. See here, BSF using technology to plug gaps on Bangladesh border. So what are the keywords? BSF. One more keyword, Bangladesh border. So what is this BSF? Internal security is done, tell me. Border security force comes under our army. So which ministry will be taking of this home affairs? Okay. So which borders will be secured by this BSF? India, Pakistan and India, Bangladesh. So can you tell me which force will be guarding our Bhutan and Nepal? SSB. India and China? ITBP. India and Myanmar? Okay, so you have this clarity, right? Okay, so here this article is saying that yes, BSF is even using technology so that it is ensuring India Bangladesh border safe. So recently here is Shastra Seema Bal is also in use. Why? Further? Okay, Siliguri corridor is very safe because of the protection which is given by SSB. That means you can expect border forces question in your prelims for sure, because SSB in use and BSF is in use. Okay, now let us see last paragraph that you have to see. So this article is saying that here BSF is using technology to plug gaps on Bangladesh. So tell me which kind of technology can be used by BSF. Okay, drones next. Drones can be used next. Just guess which kind of technology can be used for border security. Okay, automatic detection of illegal migrants. Detection of illegal migrants. Next, AI based cameras. Next. Next, what can be used? Guess, at least guess. Cameras done, drones done. Landmines. Huh? Huh? Okay, radars. Radars. Next. Laser technology. Are you talking about that? Laser technology. Next. Fencing. Fencing. Next. Rivers. What they're using in rivers? That should be water resistant. Tell me. Okay, let us see what is this article gave here. Okay, so only we have to see this paragraph. It's more than enough. So actually they are saying that technological solutions like deployment of cameras that you said, drones and other equipment to monitor the movement along the border. So those points that you said are there, no? So that is the thing which is given, and this paragraph is only important. And next one here is fencing, as you said. Riverine areas where the river is present, they can't use for these things, right? They can't go for complete fencing. So in that areas they are using this. Yeah, see this article. Tamil Nadu government issues elaborate standard operating procedure for Jallikattu. What is the keyword? Jallikattu. So what is this sport is about? Bull taming sport, right? So how many bulls are used here? One or two? Bull taming sport. So we have one more bull taming sport like this only. Can you name that from Karnataka? Karnataka guys. Bull taming sport. Kambala. There is one movie also which because of that it became very famous. Which is that movie? Kantara. Kantara movie only. Okay, so we have two types of bull taming sports, that is Kambala and Jallikattu. Kambala is from Karnataka and Jallikattu is from Tamil Nadu. So tell me, what is the difference between this Kambala and this Jallikattu? Yeah. Kambala is nothing but race, bullock race, right? Bullock cart race, like that. But here it is, we have to control this bull. Which is dangerous? This one only dangerous. Okay. So it is dangerous to humans, but what about animals? Did you talk to that bull? And did you ask about what is the problem of that bull after this game? It said okay to you like this. So actually, according to Wildlife Protection Act, so conducting of this kind of events is good or wrong? For your entertainment, it's correct. It's a culture. So actually, earlier this kind of culture versus environment protection, ethical dilemma. Okay. So actually, what was the story is, the story goes like this. So from years onwards, from thousands of years onwards, this had become a culture and pride of that society. So especially this kind of games, not only this Jallikattu or Kambala, even in AP we have this cockfights. It is about pride. So if government is saying to stop this, will the people stop? No. So actually what was happened was, earlier, according to Wildlife Protection Act, so this kind of animal sports had been banned. But again, states, they came up with their own laws that override this banning. And in the same way, Tamil Nadu also came up with the law, said that this Jallikattu is not just an animal sport, it is about the preserving of culture and it is our right. And later on, again, it came up with its own state's law and they continued this Jallikattu. And now here Tamil Nadu government is giving some procedure for this Jallikattu. Because of this is in news. And here you have to know about what is this Jallikattu, it is more than enough. And one more thing here is, you have to see like this kind, so in which states animal sports are present, and what is the important feature of that sport. There may be a question. Okay, they may ask identify following pairs. They may give animal sport on one side, they may give state on another side. So in this way also UPSC can ask question. Okay, let us see some facts regarding this Jallikattu. Jallikattu is also called as Jallikattu. It is very known event in state of Tamil Nadu, and it is called as a bull taming sport, and it is very much popular in this Jallikattu belt. And here there is also one chance of getting question. Identify following areas which are part of Jallikattu belt, and they may give 4 to 5 areas. So in that Jallikattu belt we have Madurai, Tiruchirappalli, Theni, Padukottai, Dindugal. 5 districts, they are part of this Jallikattu belt. And Jallikattu, which is normally happens in the season of Pongal, especially during second week of January, during this harvest festival of Pongal. And actually this is the tradition which is continuing from 2000 years. If suddenly government says it is against this Wildlife Protection Act, will the people say yes? No. Okay, so because of this they came up with their own thing. And even why they will do this kind of sports here is they want to even conserve certain species of this bulls. Okay, and especially they want to preserve pure breed native bulls, okay, through this sport. And especially they will use some breeds like Kangayam, Pulikulam, like that. So these are some popular native cattle breeds they will be using, not all breeds. Especially hybrid breeds they don't use, only native breeds of Tamil Nadu they will be using this. Okay, see this article. Why do we lose muscle mass with age? Scientists find one factor. What is this muscle mass? Kandavalam. So here, whenever age is increasing, obviously, have you observed very old peoples in your family, like grandmothers, grandfathers, great grandmothers, great grandfathers? So they'll be having only skin on their bones. They will be not having any mass, and the skin is very, very wrinkled skin will be there. So what is the reason here is whenever the age is increasing, there will be decreasing of muscle mass. So can you guess what might be the reason for decreasing of muscle mass? At least guess. Okay. So for the proper functioning of muscles, you need energy. So what is the energy which is released in the cells? Yes, mitochondria. Very good. So mitochondria. So mitochondria is one of the cell organelle. So normally if you see the shape of mitochondria, okay, so this will be the shape of mitochondria, and this will provide energy to your cells. So because of this it is called as powerhouse of the cell, and that power or energy is released in the form of ATPs. Okay, ATP is nothing but the energy which is released by mitochondria and will be powering your cells. And ATP is very important. This energy is very important for your muscle building. So for muscle building, this ATP is very important. If you are not having energy, how a muscle will work or how the cell division will happen? It won't. So actually what happens here is, so this scientists they said that because of increasing of age, so mitochondria will be not working properly. If it is not working properly, ATP will be also decreased, so that muscle will become weak and ultimately the muscle will dead. So because of that, there is degeneration of muscle mass. Clear? So actually in your science and technology, I think you have heard about this triple parent baby. Yes? I think you might have heard about this concept, triple parent baby. What is this concept? Is it related to mitochondria or not? Yeah, mitochondria. Yeah. Okay, as I said, what happens whenever a baby forms? Normally, excess gamete will be there from female, From male what happen? XY gamete will be there. So from here one X will be contributed, and from here X or Y will be contributed. If XX unite, it will form female. If XY forms, it will forms a male newborn, right? So what is the beauty of a mother here is, I know that you will praise your mother now. So your body energy is based on your mother, because this mitochondria will be coming from female. So male, that is your father mitochondria, will be not coming to you. Okay, that means entire mitochondria in your entire generation will comes from only mother. Father will be having no role in the mitochondria. Okay, so here if a female is having any defect in mitochondria, what happen? The production of ATP will be affected, right? So in this triple parent baby, so actually that mother is having lot of difficulties in conceiving, and if she is conceiving, she is not going for completing of the pregnancy, because scientists found that, so that mother is having some genetical problem in this mitochondria. Mitochondria is very important. As I said, whenever baby is growing inside the womb, we have different stages. What are those? Okay, germinal stage, embryonic stage, and fetal stage. So what happens in the fetal stage? Just baby will be growing in the size and different organs will be developing. At that time, muscles is important. Yes or no? So if muscles is not growing, will the baby will increase in the size? No. So what happens here is, in that mother, so because of problem in this mitochondria, energy is not developing and there is no proper functioning of mitochondria. Because of this, after conceiving, immediately she is getting abortions, or there will be preterm or immature baby, or any fetal abnormalities is happening. So finally scientists, they do some experiments, and it happened in UK. So they went for taking out of egg of a mother, of that mother who had been having this problem of mitochondria, and they took sperm of husband and they went for fertilization. After fertilization, they dissected or they isolated DNA, and actually in your body 0.0005% of the genes are coded for this mitochondria. They diverted or they removed this DNA and they replaced healthy mitochondrial genes from a donor. It had been inserted into this embryo, and after this repair, so this embryo had been inserted into the womb of this mother. So here if you see why this therapy is called as triple parent is, from father they took sperm, and from mother they took this egg, and they replaced this defective genes of mother mitochondria with one donor thing. So because of this baby is called as triple parent baby, and it had been success in UK. So this is the first baby which had been identified. Clear? I think you might have studied about this in your science and technology. That is the thing which mainly said. So mitochondria is inherited only via mother's egg. As far as mitochondria is concerned, male or dead end. From male, this will be not inherited. And as you're not passed by the sperm, okay, each one of us share only mother DNA for coding of your mitochondria. So what happens here is, whenever mother DNA molecules are becoming too low, and if it stops your ATP production, then obviously what happens? Cell death will happen. So whenever cell is dying, there is decreasing of cellular mass. That is the thing which mainly said here. That's it, nothing more than that. Yeah, see this article. Oh, image. What is this image is about? Lava is coming out of. Can you guess which kind of volcano is that? Types of volcano? Shield or basaltic? Composite? Types of volcanoes. Geography. Tell me types. Not dike. Dike is landforms. So which lava is it? Is it basaltic lava which is flowing? So whenever volcano is erupted, which are the products will be released into atmosphere? Gas, ash, lava, water vapor, smoke. So is that releasing smoke? Smoke? What is this? Lava, liquid lava is coming out. Which type is it? Is it basaltic lava? Okay, in which places we can see this basaltic lava eruptions? Which place? Hawaii. Hawaii is very famous for this liquid basaltic lavas. So here recently the volcanic eruption which happened in this Keolia volcano. I think you might have wrote this name Keolia volcano underlined in your book in the types of volcano. Okay, so here you have to see this topic from volcano in your geography. So here you have to see what is volcano and you have to see what are the products which will be released into atmosphere whenever there is volcanic eruption. So based on that products released, we have different types of volcano and you have to see about what is lava and what is magma. Can anyone tell me about difference between magma and lava? Inside magma, outside lava. Okay, can you tell me about landforms formed by this volcano? How many types? We have two types, extrusive landforms. Next one is intrusive. So can you give me examples of intrusive landforms? Dikes, sills, dikes, batholith, phacolith, lapolith, lacolith. So we have different types. Extrusive landforms, examples. Shield, next. Plateaus. Can you give me some example of volcanic plateau in India? Deccan Plateau. Next, which kind of soil will be formed in that plateaus? Soil name. Black soil or rigid soil. Okay, next, tell me other extrusive landforms. Igneous rocks. Examples of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks examples. Those are intrusive landforms. I asked about types of rocks. Examples of rocks. Gabbro. Graphite. Next. Not graphite, granite. Not graphite, granite. Next. Some more examples. Not slate. Slate is metamorphic. Examples. See that topic after class. No, sure. Okay, I'll see. So see this article and title first. Vocal on growth, silent on inflation. What is this vocal on growth? Vocals means voice. Okay, we have to focus on growth. We have to be silent on inflation. So what this article might be saying about, can you guess? Okay, inflation is increasing, but we have to focus on growth. So tell me like how you have to be increasing the growth on keeping silent on inflation, what can be done? Venezuela. So can you focus on growth apart from keeping silent on inflation? Is that possible? Yes or no? Possible? We have theories. Okay, so tell me how can you do that? Yes, we have some theories, I will accept. So tell me how can you do? How can you improve growth keeping silent on inflation, Venkatesh?
Supply and employment and manufacturing should be in the equal line.
Supply, employment and manufacturing should be you should not talk about you should not talk about this inflation anywhere. You should not bother about inflation apart from that. Apart from that, what government can do exactly? Come on, think. So at least tell me, what is inflation? Prices increase in the market. So why prices increase in the market will happen? Supply. Next. Okay, production decreased, demand increased, cost increased, lifestyle changing happens because of climate change, decreasing of agricultural productivity. So whenever we are exporting things, when we are exporting at a very high cost, we have to sell at very high cost. Next, whenever you are exporting more, right? Whenever you are exporting more, we will be not ensuring proper availability in the domestic market. That will cause. And next, okay, so inflation is increasing. So what measures can be taken by the government apart from fiscal policy, monetary policy? I know if I ask measures, you will say fiscal policy, monetary policy. Apart from that, what measures can be taken? Okay, supply can be increased. Next, production can be increased. Next, climate change can be addressed. What about exports? Decrease exports. Next, what about imports? Increasing of imports. What about black marketing and hoarding? Controlling of black market and hazardous hoarding. What about availability of essential goods in the market? We have to impose restriction on keeping of stocks so that we can make available these essential goods in the market. Apart from that, can we take any steps? Apart from that, think. What are those measures? Exactly. Okay, countervailing duty. Next, increasing of export duty. Export duty, countervailing duty. Okay, next. Next, any more things? Think. What about subsidies? Subsidies for agricultural products can be increased or decreased? If government is ensuring proper availability of seeds, fertilizers at the right time, obviously we can increase agricultural productivity. Next, what about fertilizer subsidy? Government is increasing or decreasing day by day? Increasing? Okay. Now let us see what exactly is happening. So recently what happened was, like cabinet minister in November, he made a statement. The statement is like, Reserve Bank of India should prioritize economic growth rather than taking concern about food price inflation. So as you all know that there is increasing of food price inflation in our country. So your cabinet minister said that RBI should prioritize growth rather than bothering about inflation. So because of this statement of cabinet minister, now we got this article in news. So here this article is saying that there is decline in the average economic growth since 2016 to 17. From 2016 to 17 onwards, there is decreasing of economic growth. For example, here the data which is given here is from 7.1 percentage to there is decreasing of economic growth to 5.2 percentage. So here it is saying that yes, slowdown is happening. So because of this, government need to focus on bringing of some strategies so that we can improve the economic growth. So this is the first point they said. And next one here is there is slowdowning of manufacturing sector, especially these core sectors. What are those core sectors? Fertilizer, electricity, R for refineries, N for natural gas, S for steel, coal, crude oil and cement. So in these 8 core sectors, there is decreasing of growth is happening. So because of this, government need to take some initiatives to boost this sector. So how government can improve this manufacturing sector? PLI scheme. Next, how government can increase? So the problem of this core sector is availability of raw materials. There is lack of availability of raw materials. Whenever government is increasing this raw material availability, obviously we can increase production in this manufacturing sector. That can be done. Okay, and next one here is inflation management challenges. So especially in this inflation, you are having this food inflation. If food inflation is happening, so if government is not controlling this inflation, then what will be the negative impacts? increasing of poverty, increasing of hunger, increasing of malnutrition, decreasing of human capital, decreasing of productivity, decreasing of economic activities. Lastly, it will cause decreasing of economic growth. Everything is interconnected with this food inflation. How can we ignore this food inflation? So this is one more question which raised here. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly spread. And even one more concern here is there is decreasing of even fast moving consumer goods in urban areas. What are these fast moving packaged goods which is having less lifespan? Examples: milk products, dairy products, next chips, next ready-made food for kids, semia. Yesterday we had semia. Monica, you missed yesterday. Okay, so this is also one cause of concern. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said here. So here this article is saying that inflation is happening and economic growth we have to focus, so that we have to especially prioritize to boost agriculture productivity, and we have to stabilize the food prices so that we can provide some conducive environment for this manufacturing. So here we have to focus on especially sustainable economic trajectory. If you are leaving this inflation, we can't ensure economic growth. So this is the final conclusion of this article. Clear? So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding. Thank you so much guys for watching, and please do like this class and share this class to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And one more thing I want to say here is we are going to start new offline batch from January onwards. If you want to take admissions for your GS Foundation course, you can contact us. Okay.